You're watching the SCAC Player of the Week interviews. It's week 6 of the 2021 SCAC Outdoor Track and Field season. And today we're joined by the SCAC Women's Field Athlete of the Week, Junior Hannah Lyssy of the Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs. And Hannah, congratulations and thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Hannah, individually, you were outstanding this past weekend at the David Noble Relays. You just missed out on a PR, finishing 7th overall in the discus with a toss of 36.46 meters as the only Division III athlete in the event. You also finished 13th in the hammer with a mark of 28.92 meters. Sort of take me through your performances this past weekend. How were you able to be so successful, and how much confidence individually does this give you heading into the second half of the season?
So, just kind of with hammer, hammer for me was kind of a difficult, I had a hard time getting some footwork technicalities worked out, but I was still able to really kind of toss one out there. I honestly was very surprised with the 13th placement. I thought I would be a little lower down there, but I'm still pretty satisfied with that. Discus, let's see. Discus is really more of my strong suit, so I was really kind of confident going into there. I knew that there were going to be a lot of big marks out there, so my main goal was really just to kind of PR and really focus on getting a good drive across the ring and just really keeping the left back and really just kind of launching one out there. And so just my main goal with all that was just trying to PR, because I know all season I've been kind of like 33, 34 meter markish, and so I was really pushing to kind of get out of that consistency with all those. So but yeah, that's really it.
And I'm always interested, especially when it comes to throwers, kind of where you find that balance in your training between strength and technique. Certainly to the fan's eye, being strong, be able to toss the hammer, toss the discus, far, that strength is important. But I know also footwork, you talked about that in your previous answer, and technique can also be very key as well. How do you find that mix? What works well for you in being a successful thrower?
Well, so I feel like strength training is very important in throwing and stuff like that, but I feel like the technique and all the small technicalities of it is a lot more important. So I typically will spend more time trying to figure out the technique of the throws and stuff like that, because where strength is important, it does play it doesn't play as big of a part as the technique does. So I usually I spend quite a bit of time just trying to focus on the technique and trying to hit all the points and make sure I am comfortable with those points and I know how to what I need to do when I'm competing in the ring.
And I think it's one of the cool things about track, uniquely to a lot of the other sports that we have at Division III, is you get to compete across all levels of the NCAA. As we mentioned, being the lone Division III competitor this past weekend and still finding success. How much does that motivate you, having that opportunity to show your capabilities across all divisions, and how much do you enjoy that challenge that is so unique to track?
I enjoy it a lot. When I first came to TLU and we went to our first big meet, I was very much intimidated by it, but as I've competed these last few years, I feel like being able to compete at big meets is something that is very important and very encouraging to us D3 athletes, because I hadn't hit 36 meters in quite a while, and here I threw first really big meet of the season and I hit it, and I think it's very exciting. I think it's a very good opportunity for us to be able to go and compete at these big D2, D1 meets. And I think I really enjoy going and competing, because not only do we get to potentially hit big PRs and stuff like that, we also get to watch some very talented people at these D2, D1 schools and who can throw big marks out there. So I feel like being able to see that is very motivational, because it's like, okay, that's what I want my throws to look like, so I'm going to try to do that too. So I'm very thankful that we're able to go to these big meets, because I feel like they are just they're very encouraging and motivating.
And finally, Hannah, to wrap things up, as we look ahead to this weekend, you and the rest of your teammates back in action as you head over to the University Incarnate Ward Invite. Another big opportunity for this group to continue to build off the success that you've gained over the last few weekends. What are your expectations heading into this weekend, and what will be key for this team just to continue to grow and build as you start to get prepared for those SCAC championships that are less than a month away?
Yeah, so as those get closer, I feel like a lot of us are, especially me, are looking for to make some big PRs to, like I said earlier, kind of finalize the technicalities of our techniques and stuff like that, clean out all those little kinks and stuff like that, and especially because I'm so close to making a PR, that is really one of my big goals this week, and really just kind of treating these next couple of meets like they are conference. And a lot of these next few meets, some of our competitors are at these meets, so it's really kind of, it's easy to kind of treat these big meets like they are conference. So a lot of us are really right there and close to hitting new PRs. A couple of us have already this week, so I feel like that's really just our game plan coming up into these next few weeks leading up into conference.
A native of Poth, Texas, this week's SCAC Women's Outdoor Track and Field Athlete of the Week for Week 6 of the 2021 season, junior Hannah Lyssy of the Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs. Hannah, again, congratulations on your honor and best of luck as you continue to move forward throughout your junior season.
Thank you.